incoming parent, guardian, my name is Oyetade Oluwatimileyin Timothy. By the grace of God, I'm the principal of Beryl Chrysolite High School, one of the benchmark schools located within Sango-Ota in Ogun State. The school have both day and boarding facilities. There are competent, experienced, well-tested teachers within the high school. I'm privileged to have been invited to be the principal of the school based on the pedigree that I was the principal Corona Secondary School from 1999 to 2003. One unique thing about Beryl Chrysolite High School is its mission. The mission of the school is meant to raise God-fearing children, disciplined, academically sound students that will become future leaders. And so the school ensures that they are taught the way of the Lord even in the school, and we ensure that there's this follow-up arrangement where even in their various homes, some of the things that are taught to them in the school are a true reflection of what the school is out to pursue. We have a vision that these children are going to be the new set of generation of students that will stand the test of time and will be able to bring this country and even the world to a level where people will be able to see sound minds that are competent and able to do a number of things which before now have always been a challenge. The school runs the Nigerian national curriculum. The core subjects in specialized field today are meant to equip the students with the type of skills that will make them become entrepreneurial in their various areas of choice. The school offers WAEC exam, NECO exam, GSC exam, that's the Junior Secondary School Certificate Examination. And the school is also about presenting students for IGSC, Cambridge O level. The school has day and boarding facilities. And there's this special uniqueness about the boarding facility in Beryl Chrysolite School. The students will confirm that a number of them actually do not want to leave the boarding house, they do not want to leave the school environment because management has been able to, over the years, build in a type of friendly home culture. A culture that allows the students to be free, the housemasters and housemistresses, the house father, the principal, the proprietress, a number of people who are actually concerned are involved in the day-to-day activities of the boarding house. Beryl Chrysolite is located also in a very unique environment. There are no distractions. because the hustle and bustle in the township is not unusual here. And a number of times, even after school closing hours, the day students prefer to still remain within the school premises. It's a safe environment, and the comfortable atmosphere makes it possible for students to learn, enjoy their studies. A number of prospective parents that come into the school have always had the opportunity to come in and partake in the meal, whether it's the breakfast, the lunch, and at various fora, especially at the PTA. They've always said they keep wondering how their children are being fed as if they are king and queen, having a royal treatment. But I think that's what a good boarding house is all about.
My name is Mr. Bangbala, Kayode Bangbala. I work at Beryl Chrysolite Schools, most specifically at the high school. The school has both the secondary and primary section. I teach English language. I'm a graduate of English language, University of Ilorin. I also have a second degree, that is a Master's in Business Administration, Federal University of Technology, Akure. I joined the system 2 years now and counting. And beyond being a teacher of English language and literature in English, I also double as the senior housemaster, which presupposes that the school also runs a boarding house system. We will have students who stay in the boarding house so I can get the opportunity of being imparted more, a bit much more than students who are day students. Let me concentrate a bit on the teaching of English language and literature, or in a broader sense, talk about the teaching methodology in Beryl Chrysolite High School and has made it to stand out and become rated as a high school. I have worked in other places, and I must tell you this as a fact, the methodology here is quite unique, especially when we have a dedicated, experienced teaching staff who go beyond the ordinary to emphasize the importance of students getting the knowledge of the subject matter. For instance, I observe that in the sciences, students are made to experience the practical aspect of sciences beyond the theoretical that is taught in class. The labs well equipped, functional, with all the facilities you can think of that will make a child to be able to actually get the deep knowledge of the sciences. Specifically, the subject I take, English language and literature. Of course, English we can't compare with most other subjects, where you can memorize some theories, you can pick up some ideas and reproduce it and get a good grade. English, you just must know your stuff. Like I told you earlier, because we operate a system here that makes teachers to be committed to their students, we pay attention to the students individually, and that affords us the opportunity to impart on them what we want and what is correct. Experience has shown that the more time you give to students in class and out of class, the more of that subject matter you will know. In Beryl Chrysolite High School, we insist on good corresponding English, and that has imparted so much on them. So we have parents who come back and ask, how do we do this? And the simple answer has been being dedicated to that which you know how to do. We spend time to actually teach these children, which make our teaching method to span not just within the 5 days working days. We work on Saturday, sometimes we work on Sunday, even after school. Don't be surprised about that. We believe in examination without corruption. we send our students to the examination hall with the belief, with the assurance that they can write the exam on their own without having to receive any assistance from anybody. So we spend time, including weekends, to teach them and make sure they understand what we are trying to get across to them. One more thing, of course, that we do is to create an environment in the class where the students are able to contribute substantially. So we center the class on the students. The students are stimulated to think of ideas on their own. And all the teachers is just to moderate in the class. It brings up the subject, and the students are given the opportunity of thinking, of ruminating on what the teacher will want to talk about, and then ideas start coming. And all the teacher has to do is just put the ideas together, and you have an excellent class of students who are interested to learn, and then who are fascinated by being in class, and they keep wanting to come back because they are part of the class. But one thing that has done for us, it has make us produce children who can stand their own anywhere. I say this with confidence. Some of the students who have passed our form here are able to stand their own anywhere. When they write external examination like JAM, post-JAM, they come back to tell us thank you, because they actually have experienced the kind of teaching that should be copied by other schools. The one that makes them to be able to learn on their own, makes them to be able to stand tall wherever they are, make them to be able to independently be able to beat their chest that they acquire knowledge in different subjects.
So any question?
Yeah.
All right, wisdom. Let's have it.
So I said sound is transmitted to nose. How do you do it?
Okay, very good question. We do that by using one of the things we discussed earlier, which is echo. Echo means that I send a sound to a hard surface and it comes back to me. And so that's what we do. When we send sound into the ground, okay, we get some feedback depending on the kind of material inside the ground. So there is a kind of recording device that people place outside the ground to find out what kind of material is inside the ground. So there is a feedback that we record when the sound hits something like sand, and there's another feedback we get when the sound hits something like metal. And of course, gold is a metal.
An accessory student of Beryl Chrysolite High School, and I'm also opportunity to be the head girl of this current session. Beryl Chrysolite High School has impacted me in a number of ways, morally, academically, and even sports-wise. I remember vividly when I was admitted into the school 6 years back. I was a very shy person, but all thanks to Beryl Chrysolite High School, now I'm proud to say that I'm a courageous leader. Sports-wise, I've grown to be a lover of sports. Now, I can say that I can participate in a number of sporting activities, field events, track events, football, and even volleyball. Academically, some years back when I was admitted into this, I was not even part of the best students in my class, but all thanks to this school, now I can say that I'm one of the best science students in Beryl Chrysolite High School.
When somebody asked me why did you work in Beryl Chrysolite High School, I have this to say. I'm interested in playing a major role in imparting the hope of a new generation. The system, Beryl Chrysolite Schools, Beryl Chrysolite High School specifically, is a wonderful platform to produce children who indeed will be the hope of a new Nigeria, the hope of a better Nigeria. And I want to play a big part in that too. I want to have children who will be able to stand their ground tomorrow and say indeed they have been to school, they have been taught, they have learned, and they are ready to produce a better Nigeria. So, if that is your desire, what more can you do to bring your children to this place where there's light at the end of a tunnel, the hope of a new generation? That is Beryl Chrysolite High School. Thank you.